Welcome to Kletus Roadside Service. Still Tuesday. We're finishing up the job here. I'm headed back to Kansas City, leaving Topeka. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I was out in Topeka doing these fuel jobs, they were doing some other job over here. I don't even know what they were doing. They were just digging holes. And it's with a new project manager, and I believe they went way the hell over budget. They was only supposed to be a couple of day job, and this is at least 8 months later. And I think today was the final day. That's pretty fucking crazy. I don't know what they did over here, but I think they might have demolished a building or something. And then they had to dig holes and get the shit out. Motherfucking gate is shut. Motherfucker. And we were done. Hold on. Okay, the gate is fucking locked. Gotta wait for this guy to get down here to open the motherfucker up. I don't even know if he can open up the gate. I hope so. I don't know how else to get out of this place. We're locked in. We're locked in, boys. But anyways, I think they finally finished filling up the dirt, filling up some holes, and today they would just lay down a fuckload of grass seed. And then I showed up to pick up the last few scraps of metal and bullshit. Ended up being 3 20-yard roll-offs, yeah, I don't know. It was a good time. I'm gonna pause here because I just came through this fucking gate and it was open. And now it's locked. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Went to a different landfill out here a little closer. That was interesting because usually, I don't know. It's been several times where we will be doing some work and we're right next to a landfill, and instead of us using the local landfill, we truck that shit all the way back to Kansas City normally. But they decided not to do that this time. There's a landfill right over here. Everything ended up just fine. I will say that landfill was very nice. And all right, we're waiting on who to go where. Landfill was really nice and pretty clean. For what it is, comparatively. Comparatively, is that a word? Comparatively to some of the other landfills I've been to. Even though the one big landfill near my shop, that one they have cleaned up quite a bit. It's pretty fucking nice actually. But this one had a nice steep hill, big wide steep hill, and I went up it and it was dry, and then when I was coming down it, I was coming down right behind one of those fucking water sprayers, to keep the dust down. And holy shnikes, was it slick. Slick as a bitch. Alright, where are we going? What's the GPS telling me to do? It says ramp closed ahead. I don't know. I wonder if this is my ramp. Wonder if it's my ramp. Oh, and I finally listened to the Broken Wing Nuts. I hadn't listened to them in a while. I think I hopped up. Well, it was one of their episodes. I hopped on for a little bit. All right. Yeah, we got to turn here. I think this makes sense. Hopped on one of their episodes. I think I've hopped on Broken Wing Nuts, and they had also recorded the Back Road Friends. Called me a nerd. I think that's funny as fuck. But he compared me to Days of Our Lives. I love it. I love it. Hey, you know why I do it? That's to hide evidence. Whenever people are like, hey, remember what you said? No, I don't remember what I said, and I doubt you can find what the fuck I said, okay? And unless you really, I don't know, focus and go back, and maybe you will. Maybe you can. I don't know. But he was saying that Jason over there from Backroad Friends, he's saying, oh, you miss one day listening to Kletus's channel, and then you're done, dude. You're done. You can't catch up because you'll never catch up. And hey, all right, yeah, that's the way. I like it. Okay, that's that's what I want. I want people. You gotta keep tuning in, but okay, you don't tune in for one episode, you might have missed me. I don't know, having something done to my ball sack. I don't know. Maybe something will happen to me in my ball sack, and you won't know about it unless I mention it on another episode. I think I'm pretty good about that. I'll mention all kinds of shit several times. But no, I had brought that up the other day before realizing he said that I record so many fucking episodes that you can miss one, and some of them are good to miss. It's not they're not required. Like I don't know, the karate champion. I mean, that one is definitely required because I talk about my son winning the karate championship. Um, but I don't know. Other than that, I think that one was kind of weak sauce. I try to make them all good sauce. I'd like good sauce. Weak sauce is no good. But all right, so I came out here and I worked today, and all I had to do was basically tip up my dumpster and drop it on the ground and let this guy fill it up. And he filled up the first two of them, and everything was going well. I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. Once I get to the job site, I can sit for about, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever, and he'll load me. And then whenever he's done loading me, I just pull it up and hit the road, Jack. But that last one, before I left with the second one, I said, hey, I think I'm going to stop and grab me something to eat. He said, oh, yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, stop and grab you something to eat. I said, all right, that's what I'm going to do. So I was on my way back from dumping my second load, and it was already, I don't know, 1:30, kind of later, after lunch, really. And they got this place called Spangles out here in Topeka. You might know it. You might know it, you might not. There's a place called Spangles. It's in Topeka, right off of, I don't know, fucking that road and the other road. And I walked in there and I ordered me a burger. I was like, hey, let me try this out. It seems like pretty old school in there. They got a big statue of Elvis, and they got, I went and take a piss, and they got like hot rod magazines with like old 57s, like 50s. It's like a 50s bar in there. It's pretty fucking cool. And they sell god darn alcohol. You can buy alcohol. You can buy margarita. I didn't buy one, but I thought about it. And I said, hey, maybe next time I'm in Topeka on leisure, which is never happened, never gonna happen probably, but if for some reason I'm not working and I'm in Topeka and I feel like drinking, I might go over to Spangles and get me a margarita. That's probably a scenario that'll never happen, but I'm keeping my options open. Never closing the door. Never closing that door, at least. But I got me a burger and fries, and they do this thing. They're like, hey, what seasoning do you want on your fries? And they got a list of seasonings. I was like, oh, shit, ranch. I'll do some ranch seasoning on my fries. Hell yeah, that sounds fucking tits. And it was very good. I ate almost all my fries on my way to the job site because I got it to go. I usually don't do that. I got it to go because I was like, this guy was so nice letting me go to lunch. I'm gonna I'm gonna be sitting for about half an hour when I get there. I don't want to sit for a half hour here, so I'm just gonna roll on over to the job site and I'll be able to sit while he loads the last one. No, buddy. I get up there, I get unstrapped, I get the box dropped, and I'm waiting for him to show up, and I start pulling out my burger, and he rolls up to me and he says, "Hey, load it." Oh, I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you load it." I'm like, "Why me load it?" He's like, "Just load it." He's like, "I gotta put down some grass seed shit." And I showed him my burger. I was like, "Dude, I just got this burger. I'm gonna eat this burger." He's like, "Oh, okay." And I thought that meant he was gonna go ahead and load me, but no. I sat there and I ate my burger, and he's like, it's not mowing the lawn, he's seeding the lawn, and there's no lawn, it's just dirt. So, anyways, he's just doing laps around this place, and he pulls back up to me. He did one lap maybe, and whenever he saw me again, he said, "Hurry up!" Like he shook his hands in the hurry up, like wrap it up, dude. And I'm like, I was fucking offended. He gave me maybe 5 minutes from the time I showed him my burger to the time he's telling me to hurry the fuck up. I'm like, motherfucker, who you think you are? You want me to drive the truck and load the truck, and you don't want me eating my fucking burger? You don't want me eating my burger in peace? I eat fast enough. I eat fast enough. Little did he know that I was already like, I was getting ready to get up and get out of the truck, go over there and do it. But I'm not kidding. It was like 5 minutes from the time I said I have a burger, I'm gonna eat it, till the time he's like, hurry the fuck up. I'm like, you, and I told him about it too. I done told him about it. Said, don't you, this fucking job site and food, don't even fucking get on me about this, motherfucker. Well, what was it? So I finished up eating, and then I went and I fucked around on the skid steer for a while. A lot of long metal bullshit dug into the ground over there that I was finding, and as I was pulling it up, and it was really making it kind of difficult to scoop up shit whenever you just have like random poles and angle iron and whatnot just popping up out of the ground all over the fucking place. Is that him behind me? There's no way that's him behind me. But I fucked around on it for a while. Got it all loaded up, and then he said, "Hey, ride with me, or no, take the skid steer to the front gate, and then I'll pick you up." So I drove to run the skid steer all the way to the front gate. It's a new. I don't know whose skid steer that is. It's super nice. It's brand new. Instead of having the whole like fucking roller coaster fucking bullshit come down on your lap, the lap guard or whatever. It's like a little tray that comes over off the side or whatever, and it felt weird. I was like, I'd rather have the roller coaster one. Makes you feel more excited. I get more excited whenever there's a roller coaster, parts used on machinery. But it was brand fucking new Caterpillar skid steer. It was fucking nice. And I'm pretty sure I scratched it up a little bit. And one of those pieces of angle irons, I dumped it in the dumpster. And then as I was dumping other shit, I don't know, it was the cantilever, whatever, the fucking bullshit was about to blow out the windshield or the door of the skid steer. Almost fucked it up. That would have been a big no-no. But nothing bad happened. I got that all done. And then I ran that skid steer over there, and then he picks me up, and then we're riding the skid steer, the little side-by-side. It's a little side-by-side we got, riding that back. And I was like, hey, motherfucker. He's like, what? I was like, dude, you don't ever fucking tell me to hurry the fuck up eating. He's like, well, we have a lot of shit to do. I'm like, we, motherfucker? No, you, motherfucker. I got fucking sandwich to eat. I said, I thought I did good. I thought I would have impressed you by not sitting at Spangles eating my cheeseburger and then showing up here. I got it to go. I never get shit to go. If I'm going to buy food, I'm going to eat it there. And you're gonna give me the fucking hurry it up fucking motion in the middle of eating my burger, you bitch. Said, well, we just had a lot of shit to do. I'm like, hey, listen. From now on, if you tell me to hurry the fuck up, it better because there's a fucking tiger behind me, you motherfucker. If I'm putting food in my mouth, I eat it fast enough, bitch. I eat it fast enough, motherfucker. Don't you ever tell me to hurry up eating. I am hurrying up eating. When I'm eating, I am hurrying it up. Okay, motherfucker. Don't you? I ain't sitting there fucking jerking off or nothing. I'm fucking trying to eat a burger, man. Okay. Sometimes jerking off does take a while. Sometimes not a while. This depends on the mood, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I fucking ripped him a new one on the skid steer back to the truck. Got in my truck, and he said, all right, hurry up. I was like, brother, you're fucking pushing it, motherfucker. I'll get to this fucking landfill when I get to the landfill, and then I'll get offloaded when I get offloaded, and then I'll come in here. I ain't fucking around, motherfucker. Son of a bitch, dude. I thought me and you were friends. And I'm finding that out recently with that fucking guy at the landfill. Brandon, my buddy. He was my buddy. And then he fucking took the legs out from underneath me with the fucking gap tooth bitch, motherfucker. Talk about how he's faster than me. Like, I don't know if I have any friends anymore. And then I got fucking Jason Ralph calling me Days of Our Lives. I'm just kidding. He didn't bother me. I was laughing the whole time while he's making a little rant. Yeah, so go check them out. They're a good podcast to listen to. They had me rolling a few different times on this last episode of Back Road Friends and Broken Wing Nut. I mean, all their shows are good. But what else? What else happened today? Nothing else really. Just hanging out. Now I was gonna make it to karate tonight. I thought maybe I would be able to make it to karate tonight. Apparently that's not gonna happen. I am headed back to the shop right now, and I'll be there at 4:40. Then I gotta hop on the old DR or the pickup truck. I don't know, whichever one I feel like running. I could put the DR in the pickup truck because I got them both at the shop right now. Now that's gonna take longer. I think I might. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit. I'm gonna have to weigh my options on how I'm gonna get home tonight and which vehicle I'm gonna take there. You know, because it says I'll be at the shop at 4:40, and if I get there at 4:40 and the truck the dumpster I got with me right now is full of fucking cones. And he said just dump them out over there where they go. So I got to dump those motherfuckers out, and then I got a bunch of bows for the dumpster and whatnot. I don't know. I think I'll be able to get out of there pretty fucking quick, but maybe not. And he's probably going to want his ratchet straps back and shit. But if I could get off at a decent time, pretty quickly, like whenever I get back, I can get off pretty quickly. I might be able to make it to karate. But I don't know. I don't know. Because yeah, last episode I was like, well, it'd be really fun to see my boy strutting his stuff at karate, being the champion and whatnot. Okay, fucking Tundra motherfucker. That was my spot I was gonna take. I'll take it now. Thank you. Thank you for keeping it warm for me. Oh, man. Story time. I got to think of a story real quick. There was a time in my life that I. Well, old Kyle. My brother Kyle. I love him. He's such a good boy. I did not like him a lot growing up. Just brothers. He's a little bit younger than me. He's like 3 years younger than me. So I feel like I'm way older than him, but as the time goes on, we're basically the same age. I think he's 31. I don't know. He's born in '93, so let's think about this. Is he 32? He might be 32. Holy shit! How old am I? December '90. So I'm getting close to a birthday, and I'm gonna be 35. So I'm 34. So yeah, 2 years. I think two years ish or whatever. So anyways, this fucking guy, he would piss me off so much growing up. He was a baby, and I didn't like him when he was a baby. I was also, a youngin', but I did not like him at all. So there was one day my dad had me and him in a wagon pulling us around the block or whatever, and he stopped to talk to his dopehead friends over there at the corner. I don't know if they're dopeheads or not, but they smoked a lot of weed. My garage growing up, I didn't know what weed smelled like. I just thought garages smelled that way. Most of the garages I ever went into smelled like marijuana. It wasn't until later on when I found out what the fuck marijuana was that I realized, oh shit, that smells like my garage. Um, yeah, so anyways, he's probably talking about weed or something to somebody. And he had both of us in a wagon. And he stopped, left us on the corner of a street on the sidewalk. And I got out of the wagon and I said, "Bye, Kyle." And I put my foot on the wagon and I pushed it out into traffic. Now, that could have been a very tragic ending. That could have been a fucking, well, a bad time. But it didn't. So it's funny as fuck. Just like a 5-year-old me pushing a 3-year-old Kyle out into traffic with just shoving the like wagon to traffic. There you go, bud. Adios. Tired of your fucking shit, brother. Tired of it. Could have been a tragic ending. I don't know what that, in the simulation world or, you know, in this realm, that didn't happen. But I wonder if there is a realm where that actually happened. That would not be good. I don't know. I don't know what they do about that. But if I would definitely say I should be punished. Even though nothing bad happened, I should have been punished, and I probably was punished. That could have been one of my first spankings I ever got. I don't know, but yep. I tried to kill my brother Kyle in a wagon. I just shoved him into traffic, and that wasn't it. There's more things that happened later on in life. Just getting upset with him, and he's got a short fuse, and it's really fun to light it and flick it, just fuck with them a bunch. And I don't know, my mom does not like it when I fuck with my brother. But I think it's still to this day. I think it's really funny. I gave him a wedgie once. I saw a movie of a guy giving somebody a wedgie and he just like ripped his underwear out. And I said, I think I could do that. And I grabbed Kyle unsuspectingly. I grabbed him by his underwear and just kept pulling until something let go. And yeah, the underwear did let go. He might have had some sort of bleeding going on. I don't know. Didn't go check. Not sure. But I got in trouble for that one. But I said, I saw this on a show one day. I was probably 12 or 13. And I just yanked on him until his underwear came off. There was one time I found some scissors. And we weren't supposed to have scissors. I don't know how old I was. I cut his ass up, okay? I got a hold of his shirt and I just started chopping. I was making him into a snowflake. This motherfucker, he had holes all over it. My mom was like, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I'm making him into a snowflake." And I mean, I thought it was some really fine work. I thought I did a good job. She was not impressed. Got in trouble for that. What else did I do? Oh, I don't know. I ate a bunch of my sister's change. That's for sure. I don't know why that follows in here anywhere. But just sibling stuff, you know. She had a bunch of money. She's like, "Look I got all this change." Gotta love it when you get a phone call right in the middle of a good story. Yeah, I ate a bunch of change, man. She just said, "I got all this money. I got all this. Look at all this money I got." And you know what I did? I went into a son of a fucking bitch. Everybody call me right in the middle of my story. I can't believe I'm starting this fucking dumbass story for the third goddamn time, and I thought I was on a fucking roll. Okay, I'm real upset now. I'm real fucking upset. 2 goddamn phone calls. Son of a bitch. If I start this story again and I get another fucking phone call, I'm just quit podcasting. I'm gonna be done podcasting. You'll never hear from me again if I get another phone call. All right, here we go. My fucking I don't even want to tell it now. I don't even want to fucking tell it now. Son of a bitch, I'm pissed. I ain't fucking changed. She said I got all this money and I fucking ate it, okay? It was going to be way funnier the way I was going to put it, and now I can't fucking put it that way because the fucking phone calls in my goddamn podcast fucked my shit up, okay? Fucking, god damn it. Let me try again. Hold on. Let me calm the fuck down, okay? Say it the way I wanted to say it. Fuck, this ain't gonna work. There's something fucking on the back of my head that's pulling my hair. What the hell's going on? My sister. Fuck my sister. Fuck this bullshit story. It's not even bullshit. It's completely true. 100% of what I'm about to tell you is true. She must have done some chores or something, or found some change in somebody's ashtray somewhere. She poured it into this little coin case. She's walking around with it like she's hot fucking shit. She's like, "Look at me. Look at me. I've got a bunch of money." And you know what I fucking did? Do you know what the fuck I did? Guess what the fuck I did? Just take a gander. Maybe rewind about 2 minutes and you'll fucking know what the fuck I did. I poured that fucking change into my mouth like it was a box of nerds. And I fucking swallowed it. All of it. I ate every bit. I ate all of her fucking money. I got in trouble. And then we also went to the fucking x-ray place. And they looked at the x-ray and they're like, "He's got about 78 cents in him." He ate about 78 cents. And none of them are quarters. Okay? You realize that? 78 cents and none of them quarters. Look at this fucking guy. If he fucking calls me, I'm going to be so motherfucking pissed. Look at this fucking guy. This is the guy I was working with. This is the fucking hurry up and eat your sandwich motherfucker. Look at him go. So, anyways, as I was saying, yeah, I don't know. I had to poop it out. I had to poop it all out. You know, it's a waste of money. Not eating the money, going to get an X-ray for money. If your kid eats some fucking quarters, well, quarters might be a little different, and it depends on how big their esophagus is or whatever. But my son, he said he ate a fucking screw the other day. Well, not the other day. It was a couple years ago. Said I ate a screw. You won't fucking believe what the fuck just happened. You don't want to fucking know. The podcast is over. We're done. The podcast is done. Nobody called me all fucking day, and I turn on this podcast and I say, I want to tell my little fucking story about the time I ate some change. And people keep fucking calling me. And this fucking Dodge over here keep fucking with me. I'm passing you. I'm going to pass you, Dodge. Dodge, you're getting passed. Fuck, I should just run him into the ditch right now. I'm so pissed. Just got another fucking phone call. It was a goddamn unknown number. Unknown number. Press MSD to answer. I don't know what the fuck MSD even means. It's apparently a button on my headset. Press MSD to answer. No. Hey, you know what's really funny? You just ended the fucking podcast, motherfucker. 447 ended. We're done. No more podcasts. We're done. It's over. 447 episodes of a great fucking time just ended by some fucking unknown number. We're done. We're out of here. Let me stay quiet a little bit so you guys think I'm gone. I ain't gone. I am fucking irate right now. I cannot believe I keep getting a fucking phone call. There's a guy at a fucking tanker place where I was thinking about getting a job. I went there. I did an interview. I fucking made that interview my bitch. He keeps calling me. He wants to hire me. I'm like, you got to give me more money, man. You got to give me more money. That's going to be a pay cut for sure. On top of that, the insurance is way more expensive. So, yeah, I don't know if I even talked about that quite yet. I was almost ready to take a new job, but this one ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work, and this fucking guy is being kind of fucking shady about shit. Because I'm like, I did the interview and I totally forgot to even ask about pay and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a good interviewer or whatever. So I texted him a little bit later. I say, hey, we haven't even talked about like the pay. I know on this fucking thing it says that I'm paid that I could make $70,000 to $80,000 a year. But I just like, am I paid by the load? Correct? He's like, yeah, you're paid by the load. I'm like, okay, but there's several different types of loads, right? He's like, and they all pay different. He's like, yeah. Okay, tell me what they are. He's like, well, we have a whole spreadsheet. And as you move up, as you get more experience, you'll move up to you'll start in tier 1, you'll move up to tier 5. I said, that's wonderful. You guys have a spreadsheet. Send me the spreadsheet. And he beat around the bush a little bit longer about something, and I was asking about insurance and whatnot. He sent me the insurance booklet so I could look at that. And I was like, hey, yeah, but if you could send me the pay scale chart, that would be very helpful in me making my decision on if I'm going to take the job or not. He said, we'll go over that in orientation. Well, I ain't fucking working there. The fuck? You think I'm going to take the job and then find out how much I get paid? Are you fucking high? He did text me finally this morning back. He's which is weird because I told him I was like, I'll think about it over the weekend or whatever, and that could have been him calling me. I don't know, but usually his number would pop up, right? Um, no idea if I don't know. It's more expensive insurance and less money. Now it is more money for like this, a little bit less money for way less hours and way less headache. Um, if that's what it turns out to be, 70 to 80,000 a year, and I'm banking on the fucking high side of that, and I don't know, Probably not going to take it. I have not responded to him yet because I don't know. You fucking jerked me around for a while about me asking about how much I get paid. I still don't even know. Like, is it 25% of the fucking deal? What is the pay scale? Like, if you can't tell me how much you're gonna pay me, you just say, because I've done that before. That's what happened at fucking Bulkmatic. I I just trusted them and said, oh, I'll make. It was $85,000 to $90,000 a year or whatever. And I said, oh, that's fucking sick. I'll fucking work there. And I get there and I'm like, hey, after I'm working there, I'm like, hey, how am I going to get paid? Because they were just going over. They're like, oh, you get $15 to drop and hook. You get $10 to take it over to the place. You get $20 to load, and you get $5 to offload. I don't even know. There were just a bunch of different things that you got paid for, but you didn't get paid to do fucking shit when you're empty. And they would sometimes send you out on long runs. And I didn't work there long enough to get out of orientation. But I trusted them that I would make 85 to 90. And then when I talked to a couple of the other guys that are working there, I was like, hey, so is that correct? Am I going to make 85 to 90? He said, what? No, you ain't going to make, you might make 60. I'm like, oh, well, that's not fucking cool. And I go talk to the guy. I'm like, hey, how do we get paid, man? Like, that's not enough. He's like, it's industry standard. I'm like, industry, fuckhead. No, you stupid son of a bitch. And I fucking left. Um, Said, you guys completely lied about how much you were going to pay me. That's way fuck off. And I ain't falling for that shit again. I think I keep coming back to it. I mean, I'll never stop looking, but I'm thinking I'm not gonna really go for anything until middle of next year or something. Whenever it starts warming up or something, maybe. But that is fucking insane. I got 3 fucking phone calls in a row during the same goddamn story. Holy moly! What other stories do I got? Maybe from a childhood. Oh well, just my brother. There's one day we got into an actual physical fight. Because I would always fuck with my brother, but I would never really hurt him. Now I might have hurt him whenever I tried to rip his underwear from underneath his ass, but I don't think I ever really actually hurt him. Like for real. Like there was one time, I guess I did kind of hurt him. We had gone to some fucking amusement park, and they were selling these wooden guns, little cap gun rifle. It was I don't know, a normal size, like a Daisy BB gun, but it was not a BB gun. It was just you click it back, you pull the trigger, it pops forward, and you can buy those little fucking poppers or whatever, and you can put them in there, and then it'll make noise. But we never had the poppers. It was just a gun. Anyways, they glued the orange tap on the front of the pipe for the barrel, and I cut that motherfucker off there, and just because it looked more realistic without an orange tip, I said I don't like the orange tip. I probably gnawed on it until the fucking thing came off. Anyways, I said, look down the barrel one day, and then I shoved the barrel up. I poked him right in the forehead with a fucking rusty pipe. That one probably hurt quite a bit. I'm trying to think of other times it actually got hurt. Now, the one time he did get hurt, it was high school, and I had my buddy come over. I had two of my buddies come over, and we're hanging out in the kitchen drinking some lemonade or tea, maybe. I don't know. Don't remember the drink. But it was one of those two. It wasn't anything else. It was either lemonade or it was tea. I know that for a fact, Jack. And my buddy Tyler, the Florida boy, he's standing in the corner of the kitchen. I'm in the other side of the kitchen, and fucking pudgy bitch, little whiny bitch ass fucking dumbass Kyle comes around the corner. You're not supposed to have friends over. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you stupid son of a bitch. Fuck you, dude. I'm having my friends over. And he went over to Tyler, and he smacked the cup of tea out of his hand. Could have been lemonade, but I'm going to say tea. Tea seems more likely. Smacked the cup of tea out of his hand. Fucking coated the whole kitchen floor with tea. Or lemonade. And it just turned into a little bit of a brawl. I know I got him, and I punched him square in the face. And he went up against, like, the back door. And then I think I punched him one more time. And I said, fucking nerd. And then I walked off. And then I did get in pretty good trouble for that one. I'm trying to think back. There was one time I was upset with my sister. I found out I found out some new bad words, and I was testing them out on my sister. I was just calling her all kinds of names. And I just remember I was like laying in my parents' bed, and I was just cussing my sister out. The parents were at work. This is like during the summer, or just maybe the normal school year, but the parents were still working. You know, we were old enough. My sister was old enough to run the household or whatever, but I guess not really. Whenever I'm fucking on a cussing train, I'm just cussing everybody out. But yeah, I got into a real fight with old Kyle. I was talking to a guy at work the other day. We were over there working, doing that tunnel job. I don't even know if I talked about that one, but we were working at a tunnel job, and me and him were just sitting up at the top, hanging out, while the other guys were in there working. And I was like, "You ever been in any fights?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been in some fights." I'm like, "Tell me about some fights, because I think those sound cool." And he was like, "Well, I used to be a bouncer, so I've been in way too many fights to even really think about." I was like, "Oh shit, you were a bouncer?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, tell me some of the ones you remember from being a bouncer or whatever." He's like, "Well, I was being a bouncer. I think this is how it went. It might have been a little bit wrong. If he hears this, you can correct me later." But he was working a bouncer job at a bar or whatever, and I guess his brother showed up. His older brother showed up and started. He brought his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend and some other dudes were talking, and so they started getting a little physical, and he kind of broke it up, but kind of let it go, and then they went outside, and then the other guy that was with the guy started talking to his girlfriend also, and then they ended up getting into a big fight, and he was like, "Yeah, I noticed they had cauliflower ears, so I wasn't pushing it, but my brother's a fucking dumbass, so he was really pushing it." And yeah, I guess he was like, "Yeah, that's one I didn't win." I was like, "Oh shit, all right." So he got beat up by two guys that had cauliflower ear, which means they probably fight all the time, and they don't use headgear, you know. So, anyways, that was pretty cool. I told him about my fight. Time I fought three dudes. That's an exciting story. I'll try to slim it up because I think I have a podcast called "That Time I Tried to Fight Three Guys," but try to slim it up here and tell another quick little story here. We were at a bonfire. We had these bonfires all the time, and these three dudes and three chicks showed up, and they were kind of being standoff-ish. That's a word. And they were on the opposite side of the bonfire, and I had gone over there to talk to them, and I met them and introduced myself and said I got extra beers if you're thirsty and whatnot. Anyways, they decided they weren't there for peace. Now, as I warmed them up, other friends started coming over, talking to them, just meeting them, having conversations and whatnot, and they started arguing, about whose land we're on. And I'm like, this is a state park. This is like a riding park. This is like campgrounds and shit. What are you talking about? Whose land this is? And we all knew it. I mean, so I probably wasn't the one fucking. I definitely was not the one in there trying to fight anybody. I usually tried to de-escalate. But they were going on and on and on, and so I left. I hopped in my pickup truck and I left the campsite. And then I said, you know what? There's about 14 of my guys there, and there's only 3 of their guys. I bet you that if they try to start something, it'll be pretty exciting to witness. So I turned around and I went back to the campsite, but I guess all the attention was focused on these 3 guys with my buddy Jake, Big Jake. And so I'm parked off to the side. I got my headlights off. Nobody even noticed I was there. And I was talking to myself. I said, if they hit him, I'm going in. And they hit him, and I went in, and I uppercutted the fucking guy. They were trying to beat the shit out of him. Like, he was already knocked out. They were trying to really beat the shit out of him. So I hopped in there, knocked him off of him, and just started wailing on this fucking guy. But I got tunnel vision. Finding out you have tunnel vision in a moment like this is not good. Because I totally forgot. I didn't forget. I just couldn't focus. I only focused on the guy I was hitting. The other 2 guys that were there, I didn't focus on them at all. But they focused on me, that's for sure. Because they came in on both sides and they were hammering me. And yeah, the fight didn't last a long time, but it was a little longer than I was hoping for. I was in the fetal position on the ground, getting my fucking face stumped in, and yeah, I think I talked about this recently, didn't I? I think I did. Yeah, I think they were trying to murder me, those fucking fuckheads. But yeah, I told him about that story. He laughed. I think the reason I told him that story is because I told that story recently on the podcast. Oh well, I say it again. Maybe somebody will miss that one. Miss that episode. Hey, I'm doing that for Ralph, Jason Ralph. He can fucking listen to this one too. Okay. I'm not a good fighter. Not a good fighter at all. And I think that's one reason I'm super excited about my son getting into karate. Because if you know how to fight, you're way more calm than anybody else. I'm pretty fucking calm. I just don't ever expect to get into fights. I try to be a nice guy. But for somebody that does know how to fight, to get into altercations, they're not worried about a fucking thing. And I think that'd be really cool for my son to experience and grow up with, is knowing how to, it's just karate, and he's 6, so it's not like he knows anything, super great right now. But as he gets older, I think I've talked about it plenty of times before, some of the coolest guys we had at our high school were the wrestlers, and I'd like to get him into wrestling and martial arts of some sort. I think I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, so maybe that's another reason. I'm all for it. But I think the wrestling is a good skill to know. It's a really good skill to know. Just combat sports, one-on-one combat sports, good to know. I think it'll be very useful for him in the future as he grows older. Being able to beat up some nerds, maybe not nerds, just fucking idiots that think they can bully somebody, Because I've been a victim of bullying before. I was pushed into lockers. There's this one. It's weird because he was a nerd. He was a real big fucking nerd. But he would pull my ears, and I'm like, why is there a nerd bullying me? What does that say about me? Am I what? Who am I then? If the guy that should be getting bullied is bullying me, what is going on? Um, Yeah, and I don't know, just a little bit of my mentality goes around. A guy fucking, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he caught on to it, but there's a guy at work, and I was just fucking speaking shit, just being silly and goofballing, and he's like, you know what I think? I was like, what the fuck do you think? He's like, I think you're way smarter than you put on. I'm like, don't be fucking telling that to nobody. He's like, what? I was like, don't you fucking tell nobody that I'm a smart man. Don't you fucking dare tell anybody I'm a smart person. He's like, well, why are you always acting like that? I'm like, because it's funny. I think it's fucking funny. And if people know that I'm fucking with them all the time, my fucking with them don't quite work. And it's all, I don't know. Sometimes I do think I'm like, I'm putting it on a little too thick here, but other times, what the fuck are you doing, truck? Other times, I'm just being me. I can't really change the way I am and the way I interact with people. I think in a different way sometimes than other people, and I don't know. I like to fuck around. I think it's really funny. My main goal is to make people laugh. That's why I think I'd love to get into comedy, but I'm too fucking scared to get up on stage. Too fucking scared. And I also don't want to work on comedy because I don't know the podcast. What I'm doing here is really hitting all of my fucking scratchy spots on my back in the middle where you can't get them. Doing the podcast is perfect because I get to say all the shit that I want to say, and I don't have you guys. Even if you are laughing, I can't hear you. So I'm just doing it for real. This is just how I want to do it. And I've thought about it. I could go to a comedy place and just get up on there and think of a funny story and start saying it. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like, okay, be funny. I was like, no, I'm not good at just being funny. Maybe I am. Maybe I probably am. I'm probably could find some. I don't know. That'd be really good, especially for the podcast. It'd be good to go do a comedy spot and then talk about what happened at the comedy spot. I'd be talking about that for fucking weeks. But anyways, I'm here back at the shop. I'm ready to fucking get this shit fucking done with and over with. I'm out of here. Adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later.